Hey guys, and welcome to today's video. So today's video is going to be part 2 of my last haul of 2022. And both of these videos are super duper late, but I was spending a lot of time with my family during the holidays. Then I got sick, and by now I'm back from my trip to PR. So just a lot of stuff going on in December and January. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into the video. Okay, then next we have a couple from House of Sillage. We have Minnie Mouse, which I did pre-order and was waiting patiently for like, I think a little bit over a month. And then I did get Ice Hard Candy. I mean, these bottles, this is definitely the collector side of me. Now, I'm not saying I would collect every cupcake, but there are just certain cupcakes, especially the limited edition ones, that I love. And so far, I've had pretty decent luck. I will say that the Atelier line isn't my favorite. I'm a little disappointed because to me, these are the cutest cupcakes. This is probably my least favorite. Now, I did fall in love with Batman. I did fall in love with Chauvedo, HOS BIJOU, and also Disney Mickey. And then Minnie Mouse, I enjoy, but there's something in here that's bothering me. So we're gonna go over this one first, and I'm gonna just show you the box. It's kind of similar to the Mickey, except it's got her face on the top. And then this, I mean, this stunning bottle is just gorgeous. So this actually smells really nice. This is fruity, it's sweet. I get the caramel that's in here. Let me try to find a spot on my arm that doesn't have I'm trying to spray my expensive stuff on me. Yeah. For me, there's something that's coming off very nail polish, the scent of nail polish, but maybe not that strong. That's what this smells like. This smells like a really nice, fruity caramel perfume, and then I'm getting my nails done. So that's what's disappointing about this scent for me. And I actually have to layer this one with a strawberry, I think it's strawberry snowflake. There's a Bath and Body Works lotion that layers really nicely with this one because I'm gonna keep this bottle. I mean, this is the collector side of me. So I've been wearing this one with that lotion to kind of take down that opening, because it is only in the opening, and then this does dry down to be a very, again, fruity caramel kind of sweet scent. I really like it. The opening is what kills me. So there's just been something with all of these that drive me a little bonkers, but this has marshmallow, whipped cream, raspberry, caramel, coconut. And again, a lot of these I did haul in cooler months. So I don't know if they're gonna play differently once the weather changes, but I get something slightly nail polish in this one. I just prefer the dry down. It's the opening of this one. So again, that is a Minnie from House of Sillage. Next, we have Icy Hard Candy. And when I smelled this one, I was so annoyed because I'm enjoying it now. But I think it was the shock of the scent. Now, this is definitely a cold scent, but not what you think. This is nothing to do with sweet. This should have been the Batman. Even though I adore that scent, like that was a hit for me. To me, what this smelled like was more than just cold. It was dark, it was black. This to me is that scene from Wednesday where you see Enid and Wednesday and the room is split, and you see that colorful side, that's Enid, which is the bottle, and then that dark gray side, that's cold, and that's Wednesday, that's the juice. That is what this is, because that's where my mind goes. My mind always goes to something like that. Then I started liking the scent a little bit more. But what it was as soon as I smelled this, I immediately thought of Black Orchid by Tom Ford. And I like Black Orchid, but Black Orchid and this. Now, Black Orchid is a scent that I've actually paired up with Morticia. I wouldn't pair this up with Wednesday because this is a little bit more mature. When I say I thought of Black Orchid, I'm not saying it smells just like Black Orchid. I'm saying it falls in the same family. This has definitely got a lot more going on to it. But I did think of Black Orchid immediately when I smelled this and when I went on Fragrantica, sure enough, other people have compared it. Not as busy, especially when you're spraying them side by side, but it's just one of those things that when you smell it, you instantly think of something else. And without even looking it up, that's the first fragrance I thought of. Even the slight peppermint scent that for whatever reason I get in Black Orchid, I also get in this one as well. But this is like spicy, this is patchouli, this is floral, and there is something sweet that I'm getting now that I didn't get when I first put this on. But I think it was just the outer shell and then what I got that was very disappointing. But now to me, it's just, like I said, it's like Enid meets Wednesday. You got the fun, bubbly, beautiful cupcake and then the cold, scented side. It's almost like if I had to pair this, I would pair this up with both of them. It's kind of spicy from the clove. I get something ever so slightly sweet that to me is a mixture of the fruit with the vanilla, because it's not overly vanilla sweet and it's not overly fruity sweet, but there is a touch of sweetness. And then I get the patchouli, I get the sandalwood, but it's more woody than it is like that creamy sandalwood. It's just got a very woody base to me. Like this is a warm, spicy, woody, floral fragrance. But it's not necessarily tuberose to my nose or ylang ylang. It's just a very blended floral fragrance with a touch of sweetness, like the littlest bit to my nose. So that is Icy Candy. It definitely was a shocker to me. Next we have Mod by Ariana Grande. And I am happy that they have this little set where you got the 30 mils, because it was either 100 ml or you got this set. And I did want to try both of them, and I enjoyed both of them. The only thing is I kind of already knew what I was getting. Like people were already saying that Mod Vanilla, which is the white one. We have Mod Vanilla, which comes in this kind of white bottle. Super weird bottle. People said it was awkward. I do think the 100 ml will probably be more awkward. This one isn't as bad, the 30 ml. And then blush. Now both of these smell really nice. These are going to be other nice everyday fragrances, but they do remind me of other fragrances. So Mod Vanilla, people compared it to Cloud, and I do smell the similarities. This is a nice change from Cloud. This has something a little bit more fruity about it, whereas Cloud's a little bit more coconut, a little more creamy, and more lavender. This one, yeah, it has the airiness and the fluffiness of Cloud, but this one has a nice fruitiness that I don't get in Cloud. So I do like it. I get vanilla, but it's not an overly vanilla scent. Like I really pick up on whatever fruity notes are in this one. So the fruity note that's in here is plum. It's not necessarily overly plummy, but it's definitely something I'm picking up a lot of, because this is coming off fruity at the top, and then it does dry down to be more of a sweet, musky vanilla scent. And again, fluffy and airy, kind of like Cloud, but it doesn't smell overly like Cloud. This one has musk, pink freesia, plum, praline, orris root, vanilla, and coconut. I don't really get the coconut. When this dries down, I get more of a creamy vanilla scent, and then I still get something a little fruity in the background. Now I did really like blush, but as soon as I smelled it, I'm like, oh, this smells just like Bella Vita from Guess. I mean, that's how close it smelled that I was able to pinpoint that one right away. Now that's not a popular fragrance, and these two layered together is really nice as well. Like these on their own are cute and fun, and then together these smell really nice. So I am happy with these. I kind of knew that this one was going to smell similar to Cloud, which it does have its own thing. This one has passion fruit, raspberry, bergamot, pink pepper, rose, magnolia, pear, musk, dreamwood, sandalwood, and ambroxan. Now, I'm not saying I get passion fruit, but this has a nice fruitiness, and this is what makes me mad. I can get more of the passion fruit and the fruitiness in this one than I can in this expensive sweet rose fragrance. So That's annoying. Again, not necessarily passion fruit, but I guess something fruity, a little bit more exotic. Yeah. I mean, that's just... Anyways, so I did like those. Okay, then a couple of travels. So this was one that I picked up in a fragrance group from, I believe, Misty Ross. This is Navitus Parfums Raised Spirits. So Raised Spirits, I'm really happy that I was able to try this one first. This is not a bad fragrance, but I have fragrances kind of like this, not exact, but this is your kind of boozy, tobacco, sweet fragrance. I feel like it's got a little bit of jazz club, a little bit of by the fireplace, and it's nice, and I'm happy that I have this. I will probably go through half of it this winter, and then I'll probably finish it off by next year. I'm glad that I got to try a sample of this, and if you enjoy those kind of warm, spicy, sweet, tobacco, boozy fragrances, you might really like this. But I like those fragrances. I don't like too many of those fragrances. So it's nice for this winter, and that's it. Okay, another one that I recently picked up. I think this was like the last fragrance I picked up of 2022. That is Clean Reserve Sparkling Sugar. And I almost got a large bottle of this because Sephora was having their 20% off full bottle fragrances. I'm mad because I wanted a travel of the new Nest, the coconut one, but it sold out. I wanted a travel, but I almost got a full bottle of this one. And what kept me from getting a full bottle is the scent type was like warm, spicy, sweet gourmands. And then let me look it up, because when I saw it, that's what kept me from getting a big bottle. I kind of like it, but at the same time, this reminds me of Radiant Nectar. Like, they have their own thing, but it's a little too similar. This one has peach, but to me, it still comes off kind of sparkly like pear. Like, it's not that juicy. I think it's peach nectar. So this one is in the fragrance family of warm spicy, which I don't agree with. The scent type is warm and sweet gourmands, which again, I don't agree with. This has cassis berries, luscious peach nectar, soft pink sugar, ambrette, and natural musk. So this to me should have been the peachy version of Radiant Nectar, but to me this is just the less smoky, because Radiant Nectar has the smokiness to it, and less woody version. But this smells a lot like Radiant Nectar, but I really like it. It's very sparkly, and the sugar in here is not like sugary sweet. It's like a touch of sugar, like a sprinkle of sugar. Very pretty. It's gonna be more of a skin scent. I'm happy to have the travel, and if I go through it, I'm trying to be better about if I go through it then get the big bottle. I just have this issue. I don't know why, especially when you get 20% off, but I was able to get $10 off because I had points. So this next scent is probably the best one out of all the ones I'm going to talk about, but again, it smells like something I have. That is Leda by Stephanie. I keep wanting to say like LMFAO, that group, but it's definitely MLXO. When I started looking up fragrances, like when I started researching so I could grow my collection, I would get more recommendations from like beauty influencers like Rosita Applebum, Kathleen Lights, and Stephanie were like some of the first that I saw when it came to fragrance reviews. I saw the beauty influencers first, and I did pick up a few based on Stephanie's recommendation. Like, she was another one that kind of co-signed on Delina. Also, I had gotten Stash Unspoken because of Stephanie. There's a few that she kind of influenced me to buy. So when I saw she was coming out with her own fragrance, I needed to try it. Now, I wanted to get this right when it released. You had to spend $100. I'm cheap. I want free shipping. You had to spend $100 for free shipping, and I want to say her perfume was like $2 short of being free shipping, and then there was like nothing else that would get me over. So when I saw this set, I immediately bought it. I wasn't reading. This was totally my fault, but I didn't realize that it was a 4-week wait. I knew it said like pre-order, but I thought it was like maybe a week out. I didn't realize it was 4 weeks out. And then on top of it, she had a Black Friday sale, which this was a little disappointing. She had a Black Friday sale, so if you purchased this right away, you paid full price, and then she had a Black Friday 20% off sale. So, but you know, we gotta support small businesses, so that's the way I looked at it. But this is gorgeous. For this being her own company, her own release, I'm impressed. This is like a really nice hard box. This would have made a beautiful gift for someone. Like, I could have gotten my goddaughter this, but I usually like to test out a perfume because I kind of know what they like. But I did watch her video where she talked about what she wanted, and I do feel like she really captured everything she said. She said she wanted something kind of sweet, fresh, yummy. Like, she described all these different kind of textures and scent profiles, and I'm like, I don't know how you're gonna get that all in a bottle, but she did. But as soon as I sprayed this, I'm like, I know this scent. So first off, I want to go over the lotion because I don't usually get scents with lotion, but I was like, I'm gonna get it, and if I don't like it, I'll just pass it on, because usually fragrance lotions are very watery, and then they just load them up with fragrance and they almost smell too sharp to my nose. But this one and Vanilla 28 are two of the few lotions that I like because they're thick and they're not overly fragrant. It's very light, so I do really like, yeah. And this wasn't sent to me, you guys. I paid full price. So Stephanie doesn't know who I am, but I do really enjoy the lotion. Like, it's a nice thick lotion. It doesn't irritate me like some of the other ones do. And then as soon as I smelled this, I'm like, oh, this smells like something. I was wrong, but I was close. Yeah, when I smelled this, I'm like, this reminds me of God Is a Woman. And I think it was the pear. So this has pink pepper, pear leaf, fresh wild freesia, sheer jasmine, creamy orris extracts, and lily of the valley. And this fragrance, let me find a spot. I'm sorry if you see like all my dog hair. Yeah, I think it was the pear that I immediately thought of God Is a Woman. And then I went and I sprayed it like I always do, and I'm like, no, this isn't it. And I kept trying to think of it, and I think the reason why is because this doesn't smell exactly like this fragrance, but almost like it could be a flanker or an older sister to it. There were two fragrances that people compared this to. I think it's Starfruit. I haven't tried that one, but it's by the same perfumer, so that would make sense, because you guys know these perfumers can't be easy to create different scents, so I feel like they keep similarities. And then I saw people compare it to Ariana Grande's Thank You Next, and Thank You Next is also compared to Starfruit. So full circle. These aren't the same, but they're similar. It's if you took the pear out of God Is a Woman and poured it in here and took out the coconut that's in here and the weird kind of, I know some people pick up pickle, I pick up a spicy pepper in this scent. This one's also a little bit more sweet. It's a little bit more young. I do find this one to be more chic and more elevated, but there is something similar, you know, like they vibe, but this one's definitely more expensive smelling. Again, chic. It's this, you know how I like to pair fragrances with celebrities? If I was pairing fragrances with influencers, this is Stephanie. I mean, she's stunning. She's got those beautiful, stunning eyes and hair. I mean, she's just gorgeous. And then she's got something very chic and put together about her. If I was gonna pair a fragrance with an influencer, she nailed it. This is like her in a bottle. And I don't know her. This is just me watching her channel. So I think the bottle is really pretty. It's got this kind of almost Chloe vibe to it, but what I like is it doesn't have that silver that tarnishes. It's got this really nice top. It's just nice, simple, and it's a very beautiful scent. This is probably my favorite out of the entire haul, but it just, again, it reminded me a lot of something else. but I am happy to have this one because again, it's more elevated, it's more blended. Like the creamy Oris, it's like that creamy, I don't want to say buttery. I know some people were saying that there's something buttery about this. I don't know why when I think of buttery, I automatically think of theater butter, but this doesn't smell like butter, but it's got that texture, that creaminess of butter, but not, because creamy can be like milk or creamy can be like whipped cream. This is like that creamy buttery feeling is in this scent, but without smelling like butter. And then it's got this just pretty sparkly pear note in here. Yeah, this one's really nice. I'm really happy to have this one. I would say out of the entire haul, this is probably my favorite out of the fragrances. Again, I don't want you to think that it's this, because it's not. Definitely its own thing. It's more pear. It's just got this beautiful buttery texture to it. Oh yeah, this one's nice. And the freesia in here, that was the only thing I was worried about. There's freesia in a lot of my fragrances, but if it's not blended well and it's a note that I can pick up, it can bother me. It does not bother me in this one. The Lily of the Valley in here is very beautiful without making it too vintage. It's almost like it makes it like dewy in a way. This one was probably the hit of the haul and one that I wanted to save for the end so we can end on a good note, because a lot of these were, again, hits and misses. That is my very large end of the year haul. Let me know in the comments below, what are some of the latest fragrances that you picked up? I really wanted to get Pink Me Up. When I finally got on Fragrance Buy, it sold out like that, super fast. So that is one that I'm hoping to haul in the new year. There's a few new fragrances that are coming out that I'm excited about, so we shall see what my first haul of 2023 will bring. But that will do it for today's video. I hope you liked it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and I will catch you guys in my next video. Bye guys.